Everyone says they're the best,
Booyah!
but how do you know who's really number one?
I don't want to brag, but our next dish took down some serious competition.
We got the trophies to prove it.
It's all about who has won the awards.
You don't just win awards for, like, no reason.
It won Best Key Lime Pie.
They're always on the top 10 lists in Chicago.
I'm basically holding an award right here.
Definitely award-winning here.
Being recognized for what you do by those who know is a great honor.
Doesn't get any better than that.
So let's get ready to celebrate.
What-to-do? Look, Mom, I'm double-fisted.
Because the winner is your taste buds.
So good. Winning, really.
The South deserves a Lifetime Achievement Award for all its great barbecue. And in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, The Shed is a slow-smoking legend built on one man's love affair with junk.
The Shed is a collection of all of my random stuff. And not all of it, it's just what Brooke will let me keep here.
Brad, his sister Brooke, and the rest of the Orison family runs The Shed. They have won hundreds of awards for their barbecue. Name any major barbecue competition, and chances are they've won it. This family collects barbecue awards like Brad hoards tchotchkes.
We had a trophy case before the original shed burned to the ground that probably had 300, 400 awards in it and all burned to the ground. So we have another trophy case right now that we're filling back up.
Let's find out what winning tastes like with The Shed's legendary baby back ribs. A rack of ribs is like Aladdin's lamp. If you want magic, you gotta rub it.
This is our award-winning rib rub. I'm about to make it right here. I'm gonna show you everything.
Everything?
Maybe not everything.
In barbecue, top secret ingredients are just par for the course. All you need to know is that brown sugar is like a sweet, molassesy night sky, dotted with the starlight of various peppers and seasonings.
It's a lot of rub right there. This is why they call it rub. With this brown sugar, what's gonna happen is once we put it in the smoker, it's gonna start to melt and caramelize on the top of these ribs. And don't forget, brown sugar adds a ton of color. When you're doing barbecue and you're doing it right, it's gotta be pretty.
The smoker is loaded up with pecan wood, which gives the meat another layer of flavor. Sure enough, about 1 hour later, hello, gorgeous.
Woo-hoo! Those look great. Look at that. If you cut them right, it's like an accordion. See that? Beautiful.
The legendary juiciness of The Shed's ribs owes everything to the madness of Brad's cooking methods. Seasoning and saucing, foil wrapping, and stacking. It's a wonder to behold.
Now we only have about 500 more of these to do.
Like a fine wine, Brad will serve no rib before it's time. He sets the timer for low and slow o'clock.
Woo! It's smoky in there. Oh yeah, that's what we're looking for. Perfect tenderness, look how juicy. The way that we finish them is a little more rib rub, just on the top. And of course, some of that sweet Southern barbecue sauce. Boom. Best baby backs you ever had. And we got the trophies to prove it.
Superb.
Bingo.
Oh my goodness, so tender. Say what?
Off a piece.
That barbecue sauce, it's a little tangy, sweet, and then a little spice just comes out of nowhere. I love that.
That is fall off the bone.
Let's try that again.
That is good.
I don't like a chewy rib, I like a tender rib, and these are perfect. Exactly the way I like them.
I see that's why they're award-winning.
I need some more napkins.
Who needs a napkin?
The Shed's secret sauce is so addictive, people drive for hours to get it. And it's also the co-star of our next dish. Brooke, take it away.
What we're gonna do is our tried and true pork sandwich.
Oh yeah, just dripping with that good sauce we've been hearing about.
These are Boston butts, which are actually up on the upper shoulder of the hog. And all we do is keep it real simple. We're gonna rub them with some garlic, And look, everybody loves garlic. You cannot go wrong with that.
You also can't go wrong smoking slow and low. These butts soak up smoke for 14 hours at 225.
These butts look amazing. And you can see we did cook these fat cap up, because as that fat cap starts rendering, it's just literally going through the striations of the muscle.
That pork gets pulled apart by hand savagely, then placed on a bun tenderly.
Here comes the real magic.
Ooh, sauce. Can we see something in a traditional Mississippi sweet? Hello, gorgeous.
We like to say we put it on like caramel on ice cream. Not too much, not too little.
That's all there is to it.
That's a winner right there.
That's delicious.
I'm supposed to start my diet today. It's gonna be tomorrow.
Delicious. Delicious. I love the sauce. The sauce is the best. The meat is so tender, too.
Brad, is it the awards that drive you to keep making the shed so successful?
There's nothing that makes me happier than to see, you know, a little kid out there eating a rib. When I see kids get it, that's what makes me the happiest here at the shed.
To locals in Key West, Florida, island life means sleeping till rooster 30. And if you do have something to do, taking your sweet time.
Totally kick back, laid back atmosphere. Don't have to dress up to go anywhere. It's awesome.
The sweetest time you can have is at Blue Heaven. A favorite of locals and a destination for tourists, Blue Heaven takes their blue ribbon in all the key categories. But it's not all about the awards.
That's not why we make delicious pies. We do it because we love to, and it's fun to try to make the best.
When you have the best key lime pie in Key West, you have the best key lime pie.
With the tall meringue, just like my mom made. My mom's meringue was not nearly as high as T's. She's the key ingredient of the key lime pie.
Teresa, AKA T, is the artist with the tartest.
A key lime is a smaller lime that's more tart than a regular lime, and it has a lot less juice. Okay, so that's how much comes out of that one. And then a key lime has like 3 little drops. If I had to juice all key limes and not use a blend, I would be here all day just juicing key limes.
This killer pie starts with a general custard made with egg yolks and sweetened condensed milk.
Then we add the lime juice. The citrus will start to cook the eggs.
When there's no more loose juice, she pours it into the homemade graham cracker crust. A quick cook to set, and then the miracle of meringue. Sugar, cream of tartar, and 60 egg whites. Mix and mix and mix till firm but fluffy.
First, we're gonna make a snowball.
A what ball?
I mean, it honestly is the closest I'm getting to a snowball fight.
Teresa smooths out her Frothy the Snowman and makes meringues to heaven.
Well, now I'm gonna form it into pie shape. It's like my art for the day.
Then she adds her
whoop-de-doos, like whoop-de-doo, whoop-de-doo. Come on now. You meringue your fingers and then you just kind of let it kiss the other meringue. Then you pull it out.
Teresa has good reason to whoop it up. These pies have been winning prizes left and right.
It won Best Key Lime Pie in Key West. It won several Bubba Awards, which is like a People's Choice Awards, because you know they call people down here Bubbas. We put a lot of time and love into the pie, so it's pretty freaking good.
We're coming to the moment of truth. Will these pies keep their size?
You just never know.
But our hope is that they
would be golden brown and the whoop-de-doos would be like perfectly whoop-de-doo.
To keep those meringues riding high on the pie way to heaven, you gotta bake them a good long time. Trust me, it's worth it.
Try the key lime pie at Blue Heaven, you'll be in heaven.
Nice slice.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh, man. That is humongous.
Yeah.
Look at you. Holy moly.
That, right? Like, where do you start?
I mean, I've not seen key lime pie like this except for here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. It gets so freaking good.
The key lime's really good. It's really tart.
You get a little bit of everything.
That meringue is off the chart. Unbelievable. It melts in your mouth. I mean, you put it in your mouth and it's gone.
It's so airy, but it's still really flavorful.
It feels like there's nothing there, but everything's there at the same time. Like, it's delicious. I can't stop eating it.
Yeah.
This is Ridiculously good. Award-winning good.
When you're living the laid-back island life, it's cool to eat dessert first, or to wake past breakfast a little hungover. That's why brunch is so important here. And guess who also won Best Brunch? Blue Heaven. Their most popular brunchable by far is the BLT Benedict.
People come from all over just to have that. We can never not have it on the menu.
The Bubbas have spoken.
Usually BLT stands for bacon, lettuce, tomato. In this case, the L stands for lobster. Florida spiny lobster is a little bit different in texture. It's almost like a gigantic shrimp. All right, so we have our melted butter. This is what we're gonna use to cook our spiny lobster.
To whip up the sauce, he uses lime juice to cook the egg yolks. Like in the pies, it emulsifies. Happy Hollandaise!
No, it's not hollandaise sauce yet. We still have to put some butter in there.
There we go, all buttered up nice and thick. He poaches his eggs like a pro and follows up with a bacon encore. Bravo!
This bacon has been brined in apple cider and smoked in apple wood. So it's a little bit on the sweeter side for bacon, which will be nice with a lobster. Lobster, butter, bacon, the end.
David grills the English muffin so it can hold up to everything he's dishing out.
Like the greasy bacon on there, juicy lobster and butter, and then we've got that poached egg that we're gonna cut and it's gonna run all over the place.
Hollandaise for days.
And that's how we do Eggs Benedict, BLT style, at Blue Heaven.
And here it is, brunch heaven on earth.
Eggs and beer on a Sunday. Doesn't get any better. Cheers, man. You ate your lobster first. Dang it.
The lobster is so buttery.
Oh, that lobster is phenomenal. Eggs done perfectly. Tastes a little key lime in the hollandaise. Oh, it's perfect.
There's so much stuff on here, you can't get everything in one bite.
When you pair bacon with lobster and eggs, it's a bomb, and it goes off.
Yeah. Cheers to spiny lobster.
And Eggs Benedict.
And Eggs Benedict.
With lobster-loaded brunch Benedicts and sky-high key lime pies, Blue Heaven belongs on your whoop-de-doo list. The best crab in Crab City.
Perfect flavor, perfect texture.
And it's ready in a snap. Blue crab only comes around once in a blue moon, so you better get yourself to Essex, Maryland, and get some before it's gone.
What is more classic than having steamed crabs in Baltimore, Maryland?
Here, the only thing more classic than crabs themselves is the award-winning Schultz's crabs. It's an icon now, but when Bob and Karen McKinney bought the place in 1969, they had nothing.
My dad kept the name Schultz's because he didn't have enough money to change the sign. And when he finally got enough money to change the sign, he couldn't because everybody knew it as Schultz's.
Their 6 children grew up in and with the restaurant. And when their parents passed away, all 6 McKinney kids helped keep Schultz's going.
They really go out of their way to make you feel like you're a part of their family, always.
With dishes epitomizing the pride of the region, it's no wonder Schultz's won an America's Classics Award from the prestigious James Beard Foundation, aka the Oscars of food.
We're honored and we're thrilled about the award, but that's not why we come to work every day. We come to work every day to keep that legacy alive and to give our customers everything that they want.
If you want an American classic restaurant with a Baltimore flair, Schultz's is where you come to.
And when you do, you'll want to have Schultz's fresh, made-to-order favorite, steamed crabs.
I've been doing the crab room here since I was 16. When they clamp down, they get you.
Steven sorts them using his expert crability to find the best of the bushel. Tell me, Steve, how can you tell if it's a good crab?
I'm looking for the brown rusty color. They've been sitting on the bottom and getting nice and fat. So that's a good fat crab right there.
Oh, snap! He just called you fat, crab.
Crabs were caught today and they'll be on somebody's plate tonight.
All his favorite fatties go into the vat arranged for optimal flavor acquisition.
Straighten them out, top side up. My dad taught me how to do this.
Then he covers the crustaceans in his dad's special seafood seasoning.
This is the custom blend that's specially made for Schultz's Crab House.
Whisper to me what's in it.
I couldn't tell you that because it's special.
After a generous coating of mystery spices, he adds dry mustard and rock salt. Then the crabs get steamed like a dream.
Set it and forget it for at least 30 minutes.
Half an hour later, how are they looking?
Wonderful. nice and seasoned up.
The perfectly steamed crabs get piled onto a plate to be served with butter, I presume.
You don't need butter. This isn't lobsters. These are steamed crabs. Award-winning Schultz's crabs. Here we go.
All right. Woo!
They look good. They smell very good.
It's just the way I like them. A lot of seasoning.
Look at the bottom. If it's nice and dark, that baby's nice and heavy. That's what I look for. Schultz's always has that.
You taste all the seasoning, taste all the juice from it, just perfect. I don't think I've ever had a crab break apart this easily. Big lump of meat, perfect.
If you're gonna eat a crab, you need to eat the whole crab, not just pick it apart.
There's nothing like a good Maryland steamed crab, and you have fun eating it too. It's just fantastic.
It's fitting that Schultz's would receive a James Beard Award for America's Classics. But when the foundation called, Chrissy was caught by surprise.
I'll be honest, I didn't know what the James Beard Award was. Kind of thought she was just trying to sell us something. We had no idea how prestigious it was. Now that I do know, we're very humbled about it, and it's pretty cool.
Hey, they've earned their bragging rights. Let's celebrate with some jumbo lump crab cake.
We make the crab cakes the same way my parents did almost 50 years ago. The secret seasoning was born before I was.
It begins with a crab-a-lanche of the good stuff.
This is all jumbo lump crab meat.
Then a little breadcrumbs for binding.
These are our breadcrumbs that we make in-house each day. We make our bread from scratch.
And a batter of mayonnaise, Worcestershire, eggs, seasoning, and more secrets.
I can't tell you what's in this. I can say that it's packed with flavor.
She mixes it gently by hand, being careful not to bump the lumps, then balls it out.
About 6 ounces. That's what our customers want to see. Lots of lumps.
A sprinkle of seafood seasoning, followed by a 15-minute broil. Then Chrissy platters up the crab cakes, garnishes with kale and spiced apple, and serves with steak fries and homemade coleslaw.
Award-winning family tradition.
Going like hot crab cakes.
Wow, look at that.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Look at this crab. My gosh, it's huge. Lumps.
I know. I can't wait.
Perfect flavor, perfect texture, nice big lumps of crab.
I am a chef by trade, and to have the prestige of a James Beard Award is huge. It's always good you go to a place where a chef eats.
What makes this award winning is the lumps of crab meat, no filler, and the perfect seasoning.
With the flavor of family tradition and the taste of success, Schultz's Crab House will make your whole family feel right at home. Who are short ribs wearing on the red carpet? Something food and fashion forward.
Super easy to eat so you don't smear your lipstick on a date.
An award-winning pancake epiphany. Oh, from the winner of Best Man Bun.
Just like on the stick in your backyard.
Nashvillians really roll out the red carpet for good music and good food. But who knew they were such suckers for romance? Hook her up at 5th and Taylor.
We like to think of ourselves as a very romantic restaurant because we take a very intimate atmosphere and an intimate dining experience, and we kind of shed the white tablecloth.
Their no-frills vibe has them racking up awards left and right. In fact, they've won several Reader's Choice Awards for most romantic restaurant in the city.
It's fine dining, but also very relaxed.
Super romantic in here.
Such a romantic vibe.
Definitely a sexy place to take a date.
Ready to have fun on your next date night? Then try 5th and Taylor's ultimate shareable dish, that Southern staple, beer can chicken.
We get a lot of compliments on its simplicity, yet its extravagance at the same time. When you pour that gravy over it, it just almost seeps right into the skin of the chicken, all the way down to the bone.
Chef Eric Pippert starts off this sexy shareable dish by brining the bird in an herbaceous brew of brown sugar, salt, pepper, and of course, the Prince of Beer.
What's more romantic than beer? That's romantic in my world.
After the salty soak, the chicken checks into 5th and Taylor's specially made smoker.
What goes better with beer than smoke? We've designed a grill here that has a smoke box at the top of it, using extra space that's usually dead space to cook out of.
Delicious efficiency. While the chicken browns down, Chef Eric crafts a gravy out of butter, onion, and lemon.
We're gonna let that kind of sweat out and release some of their liquids, try and build depth to the flavor here.
He thickens the sauce with flour and deglazes with cider vinegar.
I'm scraping the pan, get all those delicious yum-yums off of there.
He finishes it with stock and another can of that blue ribbon brew.
It's like we just want to make sure this chicken's as drunk as our cooks are at the end of the night, you know?
Chicken accomplished.
That's some good-looking chicken right there. Whew. Make my mama proud with that one.
Pair that poultry with scallions, fried okra, and an endless bowl of mashed potatoes. But this dish is all about the beer can, also known as the grooviest gravy train ever.
Takes a little bit of focus to pour gravy in a little hole like that.
And to pick the perfect sprig of herbs.
There you have it, beer can chicken.
That char on that is like ridiculous. I mean, just the combination of the sauce and just the way the chicken is kind of smoked and everything. Wow.
The smoke is perfect.
Tell you what, we made a beer can chicken in college, and it did not taste like this, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Very juicy, tender, and
This is so good.
That's a juicy chicken. And it's a beer can chicken, but it like looks really cute, tastes really good, and the atmosphere is great. It just works.
Winning the award for best use of a classic regional soda pop, the smoked beef short rib.
We've all had beef before, but taking something like the beef short rib and then smoking it, searing it, has kind of taken it to the next level.
We just love to make delicious romantic.
Chef Eric S&P's the prize-worthy beef ribs.
Brings the moisture out and lets it take the smoke on there. Pepper brings a little bit of heat onto it. Yeah, that's all you need.
It works so well for the chicken, so Chef slides those shorties into the smoker.
Doesn't need anything other than smoke to it.
Eric pairs the ribs with a cherry soda-based barbecue sauce.
I prefer Cheerwine. I'm from North Carolina. It's a soda that, you know, is unique to North Carolina. Will it get you drunk? No, unfortunately not. It's soda.
Then he adds a little smoked paprika and that pop of fruity fun.
Look, Mom, I'm double fisting.
The smoked short ribs get skewered a la fair food.
Now we've got our meat on a stick. We've got our barbecue sauce. We're ready to eat. Smoked beef short rib with Cheerwine barbecue sauce. Doesn't get any better than that.
I haven't had meat taste this good in a long time. So tender and juicy.
Kind of tart, fruity sauce over the meat. It's really good. Super easy to eat, so you don't smear your lipstick on a date.
I like the crispiness of the short rib. It looks pretty done on the outside, but the inside is so pink still. It's really nice. Oh man, definitely the best short ribs I've had.
The results are in. Romance is unrivaled at 5th and Taylor.
5th and Taylor, where you come to be romantic.
If there were awards for hipness, New York City's East Village would sweep the show. There's more funkiness per square foot here than anywhere else on Earth.
The East Village in New York City, this is the coolest part in the coolest city in the world.
The East Village is known for partying, I'd say. Having a good time.
For award-winning East Village cool at its frostiest, slide into a booth at Boilermaker.
I feel like in New York, you know, you get the pretentious or you get the dive bar. This is like the perfect in between.
You walk in here, you feel like your family in a way.
That's because co-owner James Toon takes this place personally.
Boilermakers were welders back in the day. When my dad moved to this country, that was one of his first jobs. Some of his tools are on top of the actual bar, and there's a bunch of old tools all throughout the bar.
But don't let the humble working class vibe fool you. The fare at Boilermaker has racked up some serious hardware.
A lot of the things on our menu have won awards.
One such distinction, the Village Voice's coveted Best Midnight Brunch for Boilermaker's saucily sweet s'mores pancakes. Chef Colin, when do you like your pancakes?
I think that any time of day is a good time to eat pancakes, especially the s'mores pancakes.
This best of starts with classic pancake batter. The dry and wet ingredients coming together with Nobel Prize level precision.
It's all based on exact measurements. They're scaled out perfectly to create the right fluffiness, the right consistency.
All aboard, graham cracker crumbs. Next stop, Nostalgia Station. Mind the gap.
It definitely gives you that graham cracker flavor, totally reminiscent of s'mores. Can't have too many chocolate chips.
After After a fridge disco nap, this batter goes stepping out on the red carpet, aka the griddle.
You want to give it some nice color, caramelize those sugars.
A quick flip, and let's harsh that mallow.
We're getting that real campfire effect, but right on your griddle.
Finally, the top section connection of this sweet confection.
Nice and gooey, nice and runny, just like on the stick in your backyard. As if they aren't sweet enough, we're gonna add a little powdered sugar to keep your night going.
A bit of butter and maple syrup, and...
Here are our award-winning s'mores pancakes, which is the best breakfast you'll ever have at midnight.
I see deliciousness right now.
That's amazing. Oh, sometimes it's 12 a.m. and I don't want a scoop of ice cream. I want a pancake.
It's literally like eating a s'more. It's so good.
When the s'mores come in and they leave, that chocolate is still there. There's kind of that lingering taste, that lingering joy, and I love chocolate, so I'm all for it. I still taste it right now.
It reminds me of camp.
It actually does have that kind of like campfire smell.
That's sort of really amazing that they can do that.
The perfect way to finish a night. Yes, yes, so true. This is how I want to end my night.
Boilermaker New York City takes the prize for tastiest grub in the coolest pub in the hippest hub.
That was cute.
The best burger in Vegas reminds us, first, you eat with your eyes.
They're as tasty as they are pretty.
Las Vegas is no stranger to winning, especially if you're the house. But to hit the best burger jackpot in Nevada, stray away from the Strip and head to Bocce Burger.
This really should be on the Strip, but the fact that it's not makes it even that much better. Like, it's a hole in the wall that you don't want to miss when you're in Vegas.
You're elevating a regular basic burger to a different level. Like, you don't just win awards for no reason. You gotta have to come through sometimes.
Chef and owner Lauren Wattada comes through every time with a roster of unique burger combinations, each worthy of an award.
There's so many different types of flavors and ingredients that you can pair with a burger. It's kind of like a blank slate, right? It gives us a lot of play, creativity.
Before we grill you on the delectable deets, where does the bocce in your name come from?
I was born and raised in Honolulu, Hawaii. Half Japanese, half Chinese. The term bocce in bocce burger refers to a hibachi, which is a Japanese grill. For us, it also has a dual meaning. Bocce means karma, and that's the motto that we live by here. Do unto others as you would like done to yourself.
What they're doing unto ourselves are decadently delicious gourmet burgers, like their mushroom-loaded award winner for Best in the State, the Kiki Burger.
This is not your typical mushroom burger. It's our Asian fusion, Japanese-inspired to the max burger. We have our 3 different types of wild mushrooms here. King oyster, shiitake mushroom, enoki mushrooms also.
Each mushroom brings a different flavor and texture to the mix.
We're gonna start with our king oyster mushroom first. The king oyster is a little bit more woodsy and earthy. Shiitake mushrooms are a little bit more aromatic. Enokis have a nice bright flavor, but a lot more delicate.
The first 2 are sauteed in butter and garlic, but the enokis are tardy for the party.
Enoki mushrooms are very delicate, so just a very, very short cook on those.
The patty for the Kiki Burger is Angus beef, but that's not the secret to this award winner.
For our burgers, it's all about the marinade, because we wanted to create like a flavor crust on the outside. So a perfect burger is nice and juicy and moist on the inside, and then that extra crust of flavor that we caramelize into the outside of the patty.
Lauren reapplies more marinade throughout the grilling process, really sealing the deal on that flavor crust. It's a long, loving process.
This takes about 9 minutes.
Bread-wise, we got a locally baked Taiwanese bun that gets toasted. Then, the patty goes directly on the bottom, commando style.
We're gonna add our onion marmalade, which is slow cooked for 3 hours.
Lauren piles on that buttery tri-shroom mix and adds cheese.
We top this off with our cave-aged Gruyere cheese, basically Swiss cheese, but it's got a much deeper flavor, nutty, earthy, a little bit of a sweetness to it.
Applewood smoked Duroc bacon never hurt anybody. And the whole stack gets a melt in the oven before being finished off with some frisee greens.
This is the award-winning Kiki Burger. It's the best burger in the state. Now we're gonna take it nationwide.
Oh my God. So good. You almost don't want to eat it because it's like perfect. They're as tasty as they are pretty.
The combination of all this bacon, cheese, mushroom, everything just blend together, and you could taste every flavor put in this burger.
I love mushrooms, and I think there's like 3 kinds on here. You want to try something else in your traditional mushrooms, definitely on here.
A lot of times people just like to burn it, but this is like just right. You can tell they actually put some time and effort into it. I want to eat your whole burger.
Finishing it. I'm finishing it.
Lauren isn't the type to rest on his laurels, and his latest creation aims to win that Best in the State title next time around, the ultra upscale Shogun Burger.
Our Shogun Burger is our most sophisticated, luxurious burger on our entire menu. We wanted something completely over the top.
The Shogun features American Wagyu beef grilled with the same marinade mastery as before. From there, things get a little slippery.
This is a freshwater eel, which is called unagi kabayaki.
Eel? On a burger?
It's a phenomenal pairing. It's like surf and turf on a bun.
You haven't let us down so far, so we'll go for it.
It comes in already cooked. We're going to give it a dip in our marinade and finish it on the grill, just to give it that nice crispiness on the outside.
It goes on top of the Wagyu patty and gets a little onion marmalade for good measure. Then he sweetens the pot.
These are Asian pears that have been poached in plum wine.
That sweetness is offset by a hearty chunk of Japanese fried foie gras.
I mean, it's like having the most flavorful butter you could ever taste. It's just rich beyond belief.
Lastly, it's topped with greens tossed in truffle oil, because you can't have fancy without some truffling.
This is our Shogun Burger. This is what's gonna win our next award.
It tastes like heaven. That's so good.
Oh my God. It's just a pile of awesomeness.
The foie gras is just buttery. And to have it in a burger is perfect.
I can really taste the poached pear in there. I really like them. Yeah. It just makes it such a decadent burger.
The poached pear actually brings that sweetness to the burger. It's like the cherry on the ice cream.
That's delicious.
The great thing about award-winning chefs, and Bocce Burger in particular, there's always going to be something new and innovative to try.
Just when you think a burger couldn't get any better, you're like, oh my God, who would have put all these flavors together?
Don't let the smooth taste fool you. These tacos go for the throat.
Capers get you here, and the lime juice comes right there and just finishes it off.
When you grow up in Chicago, there's no shortage of food choices. For boyhood friends Tony and Gary, there was only one problem.
We never found a happy medium between going somewhere where the food was cheap and not that great, and going somewhere where it was great but really expensive. And so we created Big and Littles so that the average person can get a really great meal.
Tony and Gary's childhood dream of accessible gourmet has come to delicious fruition.
So I'm the big of Big and Littles.
I'm little of Big and Littles. We met in like the 3rd grade.
Yeah, the big kid and the little kid.
Exactly.
Because we were always together.
And when you let your love show,
you guys enjoy. Thank you very much.
The world takes notice.
They're always on the top 10 list in Chicago. They've been in the Tribune recently. Everyone loves them.
We've been very fortunate with the press, with the awards, with the following in Chicago. It's been unbelievable.
No wonder Big and Littles wins awards. They put imagination, passion, and experimentation into everything they do. Need proof?
How you doing? Welcome to Big and Littles.
Take a look at the fusion phenom known as the banh mi fish taco.
One day I was eating this bomb diggity banh mi sandwich, and I was like, why don't I just put this into a taco? So I got into the lab, and this is what I came up with.
Genius. Where do we begin?
So we can't have a banh mi fish taco without having tartar sauce. It's like having like a Chicago hot dog without mustard.
Thick, creamy mayo, and then hey-o, onions, relish, capers, and a splash of lime.
Capers get you here, and the lime juice comes right there and just finishes it off. Now let's make some fish tacos. The batter for the banh mi fish taco is super important. We need a light, super crunchy texture, so when you bite into it, it kind of like crunch gets that snap.
Tony tosses together flour and kosher salt, then adds his special ingredient fresh from its brown paper bag, malt liquor.
This is old street style. This isn't your average beer. We're gonna slowly pour this in, slow and steady. This is the heartbeat of Big and Littles. This batter right here, it's like gold.
Now, we go fishing. In keeping with their commitment to gourmet ingredients, Tony cuts up fresh Colorado Mountain whitefish. He dips it in flour, adds that golden batter, then sprinkles on some cornmeal.
All gonna make this like concrete crunch. Really light and fluffy. See, nothing's dripping. We don't want that drip.
No drips allowed. He warms some white corn tortillas on the grill and then fetches that fish.
Look how sexy that looks. Now I'm gonna mess it up. First order of business, our tartar sauce that we made.
A generous squeeze. Then comes the color and the crunch. Cucumber, pickled jalapenos, carrots, pickled red onions, cilantro, and sesame seeds.
Toasted sesame seeds, not regular, but toasted, because you get that toastiness. And I got black and white. It's kind of cool, the combo color. Check that out.
And for the big finish, a blast of lime.
Big and Little's banh mi fish taco. If these aren't award-winning, I don't know what is.
Wow, I was not expecting that. You know, it's delicious. I was expecting something totally different.
The fish banh mi taco is the bomb. Bomb! Yes.
I'm basically holding an award right here. Like, I feel lucky to be able to eat this taco.
It's so good. It like warms your whole body. It's so good. I want to take it to Vegas and elope with it.
Shout out to Big and Little, always doing their thing.
Another dish that's racked up its share of accolades is Big and Little's famous soft-shell crab sandwich. How'd you come up with this one?
Pretty much made it like ghetto fabulous. We took the street style and took the gourmet style, and we combined it together, and what we have is Big and Little's.
Even if Illinois did have an ocean, soft-shell crabs are hard to come by. They're only soft for a short time.
It releases its shell. It's like kind of like a snake coming out, you know, and then you got to catch it, grab it, and cook it right away.
These crabs are caught quick on the East Coast and catch the red-eye to Big and Little's. Using that special batter with all the malt liquor, Tony carefully covers the crab, then eases the delicate delicacy into the fryer.
So it's like he's like jumping from a plane. We gotta like go sideways, all right? We're gonna go back first into the batter. And he does like a spread eagle, look at that. That's it, he's done.
Their spicy mayonnaise raises the temp 3 ways with vinegar, chili paste, and chili oil.
I make this chili oil in-house and nobody knows what's in it. And I'm not telling you what's in it.
Next, Tony makes his famous samurai sauce.
We call it samurai sauce because it went on a taco that looked just like a samurai. It was like a samurai sword.
It's a clever little mix of teriyaki, honey, and soy sauce.
Sweet and salty, nothing else.
He swirls on the sauces, then lettuce, tomato, and pickles, and the crabulous star of our show.
Put it right on top, look at that. And then, a little lime juice again. Soft shell crab sandwich. Booyah!
Let's dive in.
It's kind of crazy the first bite because there's claws and everything hanging out, but you got to just go right at it and make it yours.
It's an entire soft shell crab on a bun.
Oh man, you got to just get right in it. Mmm.
Oh, it looks just like a crab.
It is a crab. I think I'm just gonna shove this whole thing into my mouth.
Good luck.
It's kind of everything you want. You get the crab flavor out of it, but you kind of get the sinfulness of the deep fry, right? It is amazing. It's amazing.
That samurai sauce they put on this thing is next level, man. Like savory, sweet, and everything at the same time.
It's just a combination of crispy and soft. Plays tricks with your mouth.
Winning, really.
Award-winning flavors come in all sizes at Big and Little's. Your lunchtime dynamic duo.
You know what will save you? We're here to save the day, man.
An LA taco truck driver wins the Beard Award.
So good.
Not for his beard, for his tacos.
These tacos definitely deserve awards.
Angelinos love giving each other awards. But when you're hungry in Hollywood, treat yourself to a trophy-worthy taco at Gorilla Tacos.
Making tacos is a very competitive thing. You put yourself out there. People can taste that with one bite. People taste it, they see it, they judge it. It's street food and it's at its purest.
Chef Wesley got that simple is better take on cooking from his mom.
The way my mom's cooking inspired me was keeping it simple. She had 3 kids to feed, which was kind of a handful already, but she kept it very simple for us, and that's what I take a lot of my inspiration from.
His approach to tacos may be no fuss, but Chef Wesley's won some weighty awards.
This year I was honored by the James Beard Foundation, which was a huge honor. To be amongst some of the best chefs in LA, I was shocked.
His Enfuego flavors are simple but stunning, especially in the perfectly realized pork taco. First, a little salsa to get warmed up. Bring on the tender tomatillos. Chef builds the sauce in the blender with serrano and habanero peppers.
Habaneros are very spicy, but they have a sweetness to them, and it gives a little bit more depth to the salsa.
So do garlic, cilantro, and lime.
What we're gonna do right here is blend it kind of quickly. We don't want to heat up the tomatillos because it'll change the color. This is a raw salsa, and we want to keep it nice and bright. And that's it. Mama would be proud.
Next comes Wesley's 5-star secret, the bone-in pork shoulder.
The bone adds a little bit of extra flavor. The skin adds a little bit of extra fat and some texture.
He hits it with some salt and pepper, garlic, and bay leaves.
Using these quality ingredients is where all the awards come from.
The pork gets a cellophane wrap to pack in all that flavor, then takes a slow and low sauna.
She's been baking for about 7 hours. Let's see what she looks like. Oh, that smells great. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Let's see what the hype's all about. Let's put it down good.
Chef Wesley piles the pork into tortillas that he toasts on the plancha. Then he smothers them with that tangy tomatillo salsa.
The raw tomatillo chili will cut right through that richness and fattiness of the pork, which will play really nice with the sweetness from the onions and the baciousness from the cilantro.
What an excellent ensemble.
We're taking the golden tacos, pork tacos.
Wow. It's definitely like a fine dining street taco, but it's not in a restaurant, it's in a truck. It's tender, it's juicy, so much flavor in it. And the tortilla has like a nice crunch. I can eat it all day.
Every bite is super juicy. I love cilantro so much, so this is right up my alley. These tacos definitely deserve awards.
Oh my God. Dripping all over, but it's delicious.
Award-winning street tacos only in LA.
Before the orchestra plays me off, we want to thank all the restaurants striving to outdo their best every day. Because in the Academy of Tasty Eats, it's an honor just to be nom-nom nominated. Being surrounded by water means two things. Your stress level is 0.
You really feel like you're on vacation.
And there's a good chance all your food fantasies are about to be realized.
This is perfect island food.
And it is all good. Real good.
Fresh, fresh, fresh.
It's just a match made in heaven.
Paradise plus food equals food paradise.
Live the island life.
You'd be absolutely insane not to come here.
As if the San Diego area wasn't idyllic enough, it's got its own offshore oasis. Come with us to Coronado Island.
There's no better getaway than Coronado.
Really just a local paradise.
The bridge to the island may be long, but its close proximity to the border makes it the ideal spot to stir up a combo of Cali and Mexican, which they do to perfection at Miguel's Cocina.
It's really about being a great border island. We're literally across the street from the beach. We are the last spot before you hit Mexico, so we have a huge Baja influence from Mexico.
So if you don't feel like going across the border to Mexico, you can get that Ensenada and Baja California flair right here at Miguel's.
As well as a Texas influence from Chef Steve Floyd. This Longhorn developed a Cali Tex-Mex dish called green chili fried chicken.
It reminds me of home every time I have it. Reminds me of my grandmother in Texas.
Chef Steve butterflies a breast before battering it in their truly distinctive breading.
The most important thing about a piece of really good fried chicken is the crust. We found that potato chips, as funny as that sounds, crisp up and make the best crust.
You mean like a bag from the bodega?
We tried using store-bought and it just wasn't good enough. Fry our own chips.
The chips go into a blender with flour, panko breadcrumbs, and Miguel's special seasoning.
You can smell those Miguel's flavors coming through in that spice blend.
Chef coats his chicken with egg and buttermilk before a dip in the dredge and a crisp in the fryer.
Nice hot oil, nice and crispy chicken. You can see it happening. You can see the little pieces of the potato chip that's really gonna give it that texture. The flour's nice and brown now. All you need is a little gravy.
And by gravy, he means an abuelita-approved ranchero.
So ranchero is a traditional Mexican sauce using fresh tomatoes. We're really bringing that taste of Mexico by having a little bit of the spice, a little bit of the sweet.
The sweet comes from caramelized onions and brown sugar. The spice from a pack of peppers.
We have an Anaheim here. Adds a lot of flavor without the heat. The next goes in the poblano. You can see the color's a little bit darker, a little richer, a little more spice. We like our spice quite a bit.
Any special prep on the tomatoes?
If you leave the skin on, you'll get chunks. So we take the skin off, a little bit of the juice liquid with it.
Got it. The smooth sauce simmers before Chef adds the secret ingredient, house-made red chili paste.
The red chili paste adds a little more of that traditional Mexican flavor. At the same time, it helps us to thicken the sauce. Food is like music. You want all the different notes. That just hit the high note right there.
Chef Steve adds chicken stock, then a Mexican bay leaf really stokes up the sabor.
You'll see it a lot in Mexican cooking. It's one of those things you really can't identify the flavor, but it just ties it all together. So our green chili ranchero is completely done and ready to go. It's just screaming for some chicken. Chicken! Wow, that is beautiful.
Steve tops the chicken with cheddar and melts it in the salamander before snuggling it up to a side of rice and beans.
Miguel's green chili fried chicken, the best you're gonna find on Coronado Island.
Chicken, got a nice little crunch taste to it. The peppers, got a little kick to it. Wow, but it's perfect.
I could have 1,000 of these things.
Miguel's magnificent courtyard makes you feel like you're in a Mexican village, complete with street cart snacks like Ensenada-style shrimp tacos.
We really came upon this dish down in Mexico. We were down in Ensenada and found a street cart that just made it absolute fantastic shrimp taco. We came back the next day. We started to work on this dish.
These beer-battered shrimp start with a Mexican lager straight out of Baja.
Beer batter, it's always the best. Really, when it comes down to it, when you're on an island, you want a cold beer.
You also want shrimp from the Sea of Cortez.
To replicate a good Ensenada shrimp taco, you have to use Mexican shrimp.
Chef Steve sinks the swimmers in batter and sends them straight to the fryer.
Swim, swim. Oh, they're beautiful.
Then he nestles some cabbage and salsa fresca into house-made corn tortillas.
We're gonna add these beautiful beer battered golden brown shrimp.
And tops them with cotija cheese.
A little bit of salt like the ocean, as well as a little bite like you're using lemon or lime.
A drizzle of lime crema, then these tacos get the rice and bean treatment.
And here we have the Miguel's Ensenada-style shrimp taco, bringing Baja to your taste buds.
They're really good about giving you a lot of shrimp. Most places don't give you that much shrimp.
The shrimp is nice and tender, perfectly cooked. The crema is amazing with cheese. So good. I can really taste the beer in the batter. It just tastes really fresh and delicious, but super light and crispy. It's really good.
So skip the mainland and say hola to island life at Miguel's Cocina.
Come to Miguel's, come to all the other places on Coronado, enjoy yourself, relax, live the island life.
If you've been dreaming of magnolia trees and Spanish moss, how about heading east of Savannah to the height of island life on Hilton Head?
There ain't a better place to go on vacation than Hilton Head and have some unbelievable food.
Just check out the native Gullah goodies whipped up by Chef Dave Peck at a Low Country Backyard Restaurant.
Some of our recipes are inspired by the Gullah natives that founded our island, and other recipes are actually our own family's recipes. So everything I've learned about the Low Country, I've learned right here on the island. It's been a part of my childhood, growing up here, learning to cook, learning how to fish, learning how to cook the fish, learning how to hang out, learning how to do it Southern style.
A fun twist on one of Chef Dave's family recipes is his comfort classic, potato chip meatloaf.
Potato chip meatloaf was actually created by mistake. It was created in our kitchen at our house one night when I was out of breadcrumbs, and I was like, what am I gonna use to bind this meatloaf? And I saw a bag of potato chips over there, and I said, throw me the bag of chips. Crushed them up, dumped them in, and on we went.
Before he breaks open that bag of chips, Chef mixes eggs, ketchup, soy sauce, mustard, and spices.
This right here is low country snow. That's the only time we see snow. You ready? Here we go. Now, if you look closely, it's getting nice and smooth. The eggs are getting incorporated. It's a meatloaf jacuzzi.
Green peppers and onions bathe in that jacuzzi with crumbled bacon.
Bacon. Love some bacon.
But it's not a party until someone busts out the chips.
The sour cream and onion potato chips add a whole new dimension of flavor to this stuff. It is make you want to smack your mama crazy flavor right here.
Chef Dave pours that fun, familiar flavor all over the ground pork and beef.
Definitely don't wear the clothes you're gonna eat in later because this is gonna go everywhere. And we're just gonna kind of squeeze it. Have fun with this stuff. This is the best part of the whole operation right here.
He pans the pork and beef mixture, then makes a barbecue sauce while it bakes.
We're gonna take all of these ingredients right here in front of us and we're gonna put them in a pot.
There's the usual barbecue suspects, but I see there's something special in there too.
We got some cider vinegar. Next one, we've got liquid smoke. Then the pureed peaches are gonna give it a nice fruity sweetness.
Sweet and delicious. Anything else?
We gotta have that brown sugar in there because we want it nice and sweet, like me. Got coconut extract. Yes, I said coconut extract. When you have this barbecue sauce, you're gonna think you were at the beach. The final step of this is gonna be to add the moonshine. What we say in the South is when the sun sets, the moon shines. I'm shining right now.
As the moon shines, the meatloaf makes its way out of the oven and into a frying pan.
This is gonna give it a nice caramelized coating on the outside so that when you bite into it, you're gonna get a little crispiness. When you look at that meatloaf, look at that little crust you're getting right there.
Chef Dave snuggles the loaf next to the standard southern sides, then smothers it in the boozy barbecue sauce.
There you have it, my potato chip meatloaf. Low country cooking at its finest.
Never have I had potato chips in meatloaf. Sauce is great, tangy, a little bit of sweet in there.
That peach flavoring, out of this world. It's moist, it melts in your mouth. It's got a really sweet, smoky flavor.
It's like backyard barbecue, baby. You know what I'm talking about.
Island life means a bounty of sweet and juicy seafood is just a boat ride away, or a stop at the backyard for its famous shrimp and grits.
We try to get local shrimp whenever we can. We have a couple of local shrimp boats that still fish here locally. Whenever I can get it off the boat, I get it off the boat.
The secret to these gorgeous grits is Dave's smooth and smoky sauce.
Applewood bacon cream sauce is kind of a low country staple. You can put it over just about anything you like, but tonight we're gonna put it over some creamy grits.
Pepper and paprika mixed with herbs, hot sauce, and sweet ketchup.
All we got left is a little bit of chives. We're gonna sprinkle those in. Get them all, get them all. No escapees.
A little bit of obligatory bacon.
We're gonna mix all this up, get all these flavors mingling together, you know, low country style. It's island life.
The sauce mixes with milk and boils before Dave blends.
Now these grits are beautiful, but the difference between everybody else's grits and my grits is that we're left out a couple of very important ingredients. We're gonna add a little bit of cream cheese and a little bit of heavy cream.
Dave sautés smoked sausage and some trusty Carolina shrimp.
This is what the low country is right here. Fresh shrimp, ready for me to eat with some Applewood bacon cream sauce.
Grits glide into a bowl, followed by our creamy sauce, as well as savory shrimp, sausage, and chives.
And there you have it. Shrimp and grits, low country style.
Oh man, the grits are so creamy. The shrimp are perfectly cooked, absolutely spectacular.
Best we've ever had.
Best we've ever had, hands down.
So break free from the beach. It's high season in Hilton Head at a low country backyard restaurant.
If you're going to come to Hilton Head Island, no trip would be complete without a trip to the backyard.
Just 45 miles south of downtown LA, busy Angelinos can escape to a charming Mediterranean getaway, serving up the freshest California cuisine at Blue Water Grill in Avalon on Catalina Island.
It's only an hour from LA and it's incredible. We felt totally different when we stepped off the boat.
I feel like we're in an Italian small town on the coast of Amalfi in a way.
Reminds me of Cinque Terre in Italy, which is in the mountainside with the little homes like that overlooking the bay.
It kind of reminds me of Europe, and we're in California.
Blue Water Grill has that island vacation vibe on lockdown.
Walking to Blue Water Avalon's like walking into vacation. You just kind of arrive here, it's instant vacation.
Co-owner Rick Staunton knows a bit about island life. He's from Australia. But a trip to the States changed all that.
I met my wife over here when I was vacationing. Next thing I know, I've got 3 kids and dogs and cats and what have you, and a mortgage.
One thing that hasn't changed, his love of fishing.
I grew up in Sydney, so obviously pretty much everybody fishes in Sydney.
And he's still fishing. Most days of the week, he's out on Blue Water's boat, the Pilikia, sourcing his own swordfish for their incredibly fresh seafood tacos.
We harpoon swordfish in these waters around the Channel Islands. We harpoon it out there today, and it's on your plate tomorrow morning.
Captain of Blue Water's galley is executive chef Randy Savoy.
There are several ways to tell that the swordfish is really fresh. One is the color, 2 is the firmness of the fish.
Once the fresh sword is carved into taco-sized portions, it gets a crust of blackening spices.
It's a secret blend of herbs and spices. It is definitely on the spicy side.
Those get fully realized on the flat top as Randy turns his attention to some tomatillo salsa by boiling whole tomatillos, jalapenos, garlic, and chopped onions.
A fresh salsa doesn't have the depth of a cooked salsa. The blackening seasoning itself is really spicy, and then the tartness of the salsa offsets it a little bit and adds a little more heat.
Those get blended.
Ah, smell that green gold. I love the smell of salsa in the morning.
And Randy tosses together a simple cabbage, tomato, and cilantro salad for crunch.
You can see how the crust on the top of the swordfish, and that's how you know it's done. This is a little piece of smoky swordfish dynamite.
He fills a pair of warm flour tortillas with the swordfish and cabbage blend.
And then from there we go with tortilla cheese. It's authentic Mexican cheese. Gotta have avocado. It's California, everything has avocado.
It's served with beans and a do-your-own dosage side of tomatillo salsa.
You'd have to jump in the water to get fresher island tacos than this.
Fresh, fresh, fresh.
I love the spicy of it. I'm a spicy girl, and this is perfect for me.
Oh my God, this is so good. Really happy.
The cabbage gives it that crunch, and the sauce with the freshness of the fish, man, this is a dish to die for. I mean, this is it.
It's one of the best tacos I've ever had. I mean, it actually has a kick to it as well, but you don't taste it at first.
The avocado is a wonderful touch, and I don't know what kind of cheese this is, but I think that kind of adds the last ingredient to really take it over the top.
The flavor currents are blowing all the way in from the Indian Ocean for another Blue Water favorite, Thai chili chicken wings.
This isn't just for football. This is perfect island food.
The cool thing about these is the Thai chili sauce is a little tropical. It's a little zesty, a little sweet, a little sour.
Sweet and spicy Thai chili sauce gets mixed with tart lemon juice.
We add a little garlic chili sauce for a little more kick. And then a little teriyaki sauce for salt.
The chicken wings get their crisp on in the deep fryer, then get tossed in the sauce.
Smells like the islands. We finish them off with a little toasted sesame seeds and then green onions. The Thai chili chicken wings, and you're officially on island time.
This is like bam, right in your mouth as soon as you taste it. Fantastic.
I would have to say, as far as chicken wings go, they're among the best, really are.
I feel like I'm in Thailand right now. If they have chicken wings in Thailand, I don't know.
Blue Water Grill on Catalina gives you such a strong taste of island living. That view on the horizon, it just might be your future.
Planning our new life here in Avalon Harbor.
That's right. Toast to Catalina.
Cheers to Catalina.
Sitting pretty in the North Atlantic is New England's ideal island getaway, Martha's Vineyard. And thanks to one local man, this place could also be an honorary sandwich island.
Order up.
I wanted to use my fine dining experience, but I didn't necessarily want to shove that down people's throats. They're gonna know that they're eating a good sandwich because it tastes good, not because there's a 25-word menu board with a lot of buzzwords.
Daniel's down-to-earth approach is a hallmark of 7A Foods. On an island known for its summer season, 7A prides itself on being a year-round institution.
The population jumps from, I think, 15,000 to around 150,000 in the summer. But what people don't realize is there's a pretty vibrant year-round community here. We're here for people, you know, in January on a Tuesday when it's cold and all you want is a coffee and a baked good, you know, we'll be open.
That level of dedication has earned 7A a loyal following.
Whenever I leave the island for a long time, getting here is my first priority.
And the sandwich most folks flock here for is Dan's creative tribute to a fictional TV icon, the Liz Lemon.
Liz Lemon named a sandwich that she wanted to be named after her, and she named all the ingredients. Everybody loves Liz Lemon the character, and everybody really loves Liz Lemon the sandwich.
Let's 30 rock and roll. First, homemade pastrami that Dan makes from a piece of beef called the plate.
We use a cut of meat that has more fat, which equals more flavor, which translates to a better sandwich, in my opinion.
You can't think about dining till you do some brining.
You really start to smell the garlic and the cinnamon and the cardamom. All those spices really become fragrant and aromatic.
But pastrami like this doesn't happen overnight.
It takes about 7 days for all those flavors to infuse and get into the meat, and then we'll be in pastrami paradise.
Hey, what's a week when you're on island time? And while the days pass, that meat gets infused with flavor.
Beef has been taken out of the brine, and it's closer and closer to becoming pastrami.
A proper pastrami needs an awesome crust.
We use coriander and black pepper. That really makes pastrami pastrami, and it'll give it a great crust. It's gonna go in the smoker for 5 to 6 hours. When it comes out, it's gonna be ready to go.
To pack even more flavor notes into this masterpiece, Dan prefers to build it on marble rye.
That caraway seed, that pumpernickel in the marble rye just complements the pastrami perfectly. You can see how juicy it is, how delicious it is. You can smell it. It smells incredible.
This modern-day Dagwood gets piled high with a mouth-watering mountain of greatness.
This is smoked turkey from Vermont. So if the pastrami's Liz Lemon, the turkey's the Jack Donaghy. They make each other better.
Then comes that gorgeous pastrami.
Beautiful, tender, nice and rich. It's got all that fat in there. That's gonna go layered onto the turkey. Next is 2 slices of Swiss, and then it goes to the steamer.
The steamer heats the meat and melts the cheese, while Dan builds the rest of the sandwich.
First thing that's gonna go on the bread is the Russian dressing. So the coleslaw adds some crunch and some acidity. Putting the potato chips just really puts it over the top.
And so as not to ruffle any feathers, Dan wisely lays down a massive amount of chips.
We very often get asked, where are my potato chips when people get their sandwich? So we do have to remind guests that the chips are on the sandwich. Flavor and crunch and texture.
Dan retrieves the goods from the steamer.
Oh, it looks great. The cheese is melted, everything's hot. It's perfect. If you can only take one sandwich to an island, you're gonna take the Liz Lemon.
A miracle sandwich. The sweetness of the coleslaw, the saltiness of the pastrami.
Oh my God, that was so stinking good. That was so good.
Tangy coleslaw, the marble bread, the texture from the coleslaw is amazing.
I love the crunch of the potato chips.
Liz Lemon loves potato chips.
Potato chips belong in a sandwich.
I would definitely swim to the island for this sandwich. It's really good.
If your hunger still hasn't been torpedoed, Dan's got you covered with 7A's Meatball Sub.
A great mix of beef and pork. We use no binder, no bread. You're just getting a really rich, delicious meatball.
The meat gets ground in-house, then gets mixed with only a few select ingredients.
Eggs to bring the meatballs together, the ricotta cheese, Parmesan cheese, salt, black pepper, and a little bit of nutmeg.
Dan rolls the meatballs, then freezes them so they don't lose their shape.
Now they're frozen and they're ready to go in the fryer. Take them directly into the sauce, and then they braise for about an hour to an hour and a half.
Let's get these balls rolling.
Take the meatballs that are nice and warm, put them on our toasted sub roll, a little extra sauce on top, finish it with a little bit of Parmesan cheese.
7A, you just sunk my hunger battleship.
And that's the 7A meatball sub.
Very rich Parmesan cheese, meatballs are just a really great texture.
It's delicious. The sauce is perfectly seasoned, exactly the way I like it.
It's a perfect meatball sub.
Anybody can slap meat between two pieces of bread, but you can only get a 7A sandwich here.
I would take the ferry and come to the island as often as I could just for this sandwich.
You'll be logging a lot of nautical miles once you get a taste of 7A.
This is a ferry-worthy sandwich.
All right.
Most visitors come to the town of Haliewa on Oahu's north shore looking for big waves. And they leave with something even bigger, a sense of family.
It's community. It's people we grew up with. It's family here.
There's a side of that aloha spirit on every platter served at Haliewa Joe's.
It's always been the gathering place.
And after a day of tackling those wipeout-worthy waves, you want tropical libations and something that sticks to your ribs, like Haliewa Joe's Sticky Ribs. Here on the North Shore, barbecue pork ribs get a tropical makeover with a little Pan-Asian influence.
Amazing.
Our ribs aren't really Southern barbecue-style ribs. Ours are more of a Hawaiian glazed rib. They're yummy.
Chef Alika Schultz demonstrates the main difference Hawaiian-style barbecue and its mainland ohana.
A liquid smoke. This is how we get smoking Hawaiian style.
The misty liquid adds mesquite flavor without all the firewood.
And it makes it fall off the bone.
After the chef smokes this up, that's when the sweet cravings hit, with a Hawaiian glaze made up of hoisin and plum sauces and a southern accent of brown sugar and chipotle.
This is what brings us out into the southern flavor, putting all cultures in one. Okay, so now we're gonna just whisk this in, bring all our Asian and southern flavors all together.
He reduces it in a pot for 30 minutes until it's as low as a limbo stick. Now let's back those baby backs on in there.
I love it. Very beautiful and moist ribs. And now it's ready for the sticky bath. It's all the real flavor.
Chef Schultz then places it back into the oven for that sweetness to lock in. And while the flavor takes hold, Alika holds a side dish sidebar conference with the slaw offices of papaya, peppers, and ginger.
It looks fresh, crisp, colorful, and it brings our color out on the plate.
The irresistible ribs and festive slaw team up with that mainstay of all Hawaiian plates, a scoop of rice.
Haliewa Joe's Sticky Ribs, the best Hawaiian ribs you'll ever taste.
The tenderness of the meat, they fall absolutely off the bone.
Sticky ribs.
What is this? Who made this? This is awesome. Ginger, the zest. They just slide off the bone. It's delicious. All ribs should be sticky ribs. Oh my God, I'm a mess.
I've been to a lot of rib fests and I've eaten a lot of ribs, and like this is probably some of the best I've had.
It's a beautiful place. The sunsets, the water, the beautiful people, the beautiful food. This is what you come to Hawaii to see.
Head south from Houston until you hit the Gulf, and you'll be living the island life on Galveston. Palm trees, beach, and barbecue in true Texas style.
Where we come from, there are no islands. Here the sun is shining. Combining that with authentic Texas barbecue, it doesn't get better than that.
We're real big on our barbecue here. You can smell barbecue cooking in people's backyards all the time as you drive through the city.
You're in a tropical place, you really feel like you're on vacation, and then get to go into Leon's, and you got this sweet, sweet, thick meat to come with it. It's a great way to have your vacation.
For over 30 years, Leon's World's Finest Barbecue has been cooking it low and slow for hungry islanders.
They don't call me Dr. Barbecue for nothing. I love having my barbecue pit on Galveston Island. You got many visitors come, and you got a lot of folks in Galveston. We may be on an island, but we're in Texas, and Texans love barbecue.
For a bite of true Texas, locals and visitors alike go for this signature dish, Leon's Cut Sandwich.
That's the first thing on my menu, Leon's Cut, because some folks, oh, this is what I like.
First, we're gonna need Leon's brisket rub, made of tasty spices, plus a little something special.
Dehydrated brown sugar makes a difference, just a little taste of sweetness. And if you put all these together, you're gonna be hard for someone to catch you.
Now on to that succulent brisket. The secret ingredient here is PMA, positive mental attitude.
In order to get it right, you got to like it, and you got to be smiling as you say with it. Yes, you rub it in good.
And into the pit it goes for an overnight island getaway. Meanwhile, Leon whips up his barbecue sauce, boiling onions, lemons, and garlic, then pureeing it smooth.
This is the base of the barbecue sauce. We like everything smooth and pretty when it comes to this barbecue sauce.
Then into the pot with Worcestershire, tomato sauce, mustard, brown sugar, and some of that brisket rub.
You got to season the sauce. Ooh, mighty fine. Mighty fine, mighty fine. Oh, that's mighty fine.
Almost there. A little ketchup and margarine.
Then we got one more stage to go. We put the cornstarch to kind of thicken the process. The brisket look marvelous. It'll make you want to eat the whole brisket.
Now for the moment that truly gives this sandwich its name.
This is what's called a Leon's cut. It's more juicier, one thing. And the fat have a tendency to make it juicy. Ooh, melt in your mouth.
Add that deliciousness to a bun plus onions, pickles, and barbecue sauce, and we've docked at Leon's Cut Sandwich.
Eat your heart out, Galveston Island.
Can I eat it? The brisket definitely melts in your mouth because of that extra fat.
Your teeth just sinks into the fatty brisket you got there, and the juices just pour out of it, you know. It's a little messy, but definitely worth all of it.
I can tell that it's been sitting and roasting overnight for hours upon hours because I really taste that juiciness.
Just a little bit of fat, not too much, just the right amount, the perfect cut.
When you dip it in the homemade barbecue sauce, it's just a match made in heaven.
Perfect balance of a little bit sweet, a little bit spicy. It's got that southern kick you expect out of a nice southern barbecue place.
Savor the flavor.
But if your island appetite is still hankering for more Texas barbecue, order up Leon's Pork Riblets.
It's really made for watching ball games and drinking beer. My wife love them. They good.
This one does not skimp on the brisket rub.
Ooh, Lord, have mercy. Nothing like it. We got them all covered. Well seasoned, now they're ready to go to the pit with them.
See ya in an hour, Riblets. Meanwhile, Leon begins his famous potato salad, adding bacon bits to peeled and boiled potatoes.
I stir the bacon bits in so they go all the way through. That gives it a good flavor.
Even more flavors on the way with pepper, mustard, pickle relish, mayo, sugar, celery, and carrots.
Mixing time now.
Perfect potato salad.
Riblets straight out of the smoker. They look good to me. Juicy, brown, and pretty.
Plate up these southern staples, and our riblets are ready.
It's really good, huh? I like it.
This had the smoky flavor, and that's what you're really looking for when you eat barbecue. It has some pepper in there, it's a tad spicy, and that's just the way I like it.
The meat's all hot, spicy, it's warm, and you can have a bite of the potato salad, kind of cools off your mouth. It's a good balance.
Potato salad is so creamy.
Very creamy.
Smooth, a bit sour, a bit sugary. It's the right balance.
If you find yourself on island time in Galveston with an ache for Texas Q, visit Leon's World's Finest Barbecue. You'll be back.
We've been here 2 days in a row. We're here in Texas for 3 days. We might just have to come back again tomorrow.
For breakfast.
Just a half-hour ferry ride from big city Seattle, and you're on beautiful, laid-back Bainbridge Island. Elegant playground of Puget Sound.
It's like living in a national park.
I came from England, and we thought that the house would be a really good site for a pub. A pub was originally someone's house, which they opened to the public, and that's been shortened to pub.
This is definitely the place to come if you want some good island grub. You know, it's the old classic pub.
Surrounded by the chilly waters of the Pacific Northwest, folks here know how to do cozy. The trick is warming your insides with some thick and creamy pub-famous chowder.
What really sets this recipe apart are the fresh ingredients that we use and the clams. They're unique to this part of the country, and they really make the dish.
Jeff got his clam chops chefing in New England, but he tweaked that traditional East Coast chowder with ingredients from the Great Northwest. It begins with some smoky bacon.
We're going to render this bacon until it's crisp.
Using that fresh bacon fat, he sautés sweet onions from Walla Walla. Then adds some Island Pride straight from the surrounding South.
They have great flavor, and they have the most beautiful bluish-purple shell on the inside, which is one of the reasons that we use them. They're beautiful clams.
With a dash of chowder spice and a splash of local white wine, the clams get a steamy sauna, relaxing them like on an island getaway.
The covering steams them and helps them to open up. We keep the clams in the shell, and so you see this beautiful blue-purple shell actually in the chowder. Next, we're going to add our organic Washington-grown potatoes.
The spuds scream for some heavy cream, and while that reduces, Jeff reunites it with the bacon.
The bacon really makes it.
When it's all rich and thick and hearty, he's ready to chowder down a sprinkle of green onions, then the traditional pat of sweet cream butter.
There's nothing like a bowl of steaming clam chowder here at the Harbor Public House.
I don't know if I've ever had clam chowder that's so buttery, and the clams are so fresh.
It's all about the bacon, butter, the chives. It's like a baked potato clam chowder.
It is creamy and delicious, but it's not heavy. And then that freshness to it, it's perfect.
It warms you from the inside and holds you close, like you're wrapped in a blanket.
Another cozy comforter takes us from New England to Old England. A British pub must-have, fish and chips. Chef Jeff makes it light by mixing fine flour and cornstarch with leavening agents for puffification. Then he adds powdered flavor, garlic and onion, and powdered sugar to offset any bitterness from the beer.
We always use local beer.
When it's mixed and smooth, Jeff lets it set up while he sets to work on tartar sauce. A fresh mix of mayonnaise and relish, onions and garlic, lemon and pepper, and their secret ingredient.
The most important ingredient, and the one you might not think about doing, is dill pickle juice. And that gives the tartar sauce a little bit of a tang.
He fries up fresh Pacific cod.
Anything that's beer batter fried is usually pretty good.
Paired with hand-cut local potatoes.
They're Washington potatoes. They have a high starch content, which means that they'll get nice and crisp.
Crisp chips, fresh fish, homemade sides, a perfect plate for the pub of Bainbridge.
Fish and chips, a Harbor Public House classic.
When we first came to Bainbridge, these were the best fish and chips on the island. They still are.
Always killer. It's so good.
The fish is wonderful. It's real meaty and flaky, but the batter's so light, which is what makes a huge difference.
If you're coming over here and you're going to visit Bainbridge, make sure you get to the pub and make sure you order the fish and chips.
Whether you're down for fish and chips or cozied up with clam chowder, everything's warm and friendly here at the Harbor Public House.
Yeah, you'd be absolutely insane not to come here.
Halfway across the Bay Bridge from Oakland to San Francisco, there's an off-ramp to a hidden gem, Araceli Cafe on Treasure Island.
I consider this my little island hideaway.
The views are amazing. You have the best panoramic view of San Francisco. It's breathtaking every time we drive into Treasure Island.
This man-made island was a Navy base acquired by the Fox City in 2007. And thanks to Araceli, it's become a destination brunching spot for urbanites seeking a little peace and quiet.
We come here every Sunday morning, pretty much.
The food's amazing because they do a lot of classics, but then they just put a little twist here and there.
It's a little piece of heaven.
One especially divine dish is their decadent croissant French toast. Although head chef Ramon Villarreal hails from Mexico, his cooking has a distinct French accent.
The more I cook, that's the more I like it. And I really like to make people happy.
The French toast batter starts like any other, but with a dash or two of nutmeg and a generous drop of cinnamon to add spicy warmth.
The croissant, they have to be up. That way they can keep more of the flavor, more of the butter.
He sets a nice crispy edge by finishing them in the oven. Ramon takes a two-pronged approach to the toppings. First, it's sweet, with a hand-mixed dulce de leche cream cheese.
To get great taste, it's hard work.
And then in swoops the tart, with a fresh whole cranberry compote cooked down with a little sugar and vanilla.
They look great. Nice color. Smell is awesome.
Araceli's Croissant French Toast, the true booty of Treasure Island.
Oh, that's good. That is so good. Wow, that is absolutely delicious. It's like you get smacked in the face with every bite has 4 or 5 different flavors.
This is melt in your mouth. Cream is so incredible. I want the pile of cream.
It's savory in a way because of the egg. It's not overly sweet, so the croissant has a nice richness.
The berries feel like they're fresh and they pop in your mouth. It's just perfect.
It's great. Wait, is it better than the French toast you had that I made yesterday?
Yeah.
If your lunch BFF is the savory side of your tongue, then you'll want to slip your lips around their crispy pork belly Benedict. Chef Ramon mixes up an OJ and soy sauce marinade with fresh ginger, garlic, and green onions. After sitting overnight, it's braised that way.
Look at this stuff. They look perfect. This is muy delicioso.
Pork belly in place of Canadian bacon is just one Araceli twist.
Our hollandaise sauce is a little different because we use jalapeno.
Making hollandaise is no holiday. In a double boiler, he whips his egg yolks and de-seeded jalapenos while carefully adding clarified butter.
Little by little, otherwise they could break.
2 perfectly poached eggs later, he places those on his biscuit-bottomed savory stack, adds a loving spoonful of hollandaise, and that's the crispy pork belly Benedict.
What do you think?
Oh my God, that's amazing. Is
Oh
that
my
as
God.
good as it looks? That looks so
No,
amazing.
it's better than it looks.
I want to dive into that. I hope you planned on
No,
sharing.
it's all mine.
Oh my gosh. Wow, sauce on that is incredible.
There's a little bit of a kick to the hollandaise. I like it.
I like the pork belly, just kind of melts in your mouth. It's just nice to have a nice dish with a little extra twist, just to make it extra special.
I have never had Eggs Benedict. That's good.
X marks the spot for brunch on Treasure Island. Araceli's food is so good, you may just pirate it yourself.
Definitely stealing this. But I don't think I could do croissant French toast as well as
that.
Araceli does.
When you think about it, a plate is kind of like a little island. So why not put a little island on your plate? Stop staring at your phone while you eat and take in some real scenery.
Gorgeous views.
It really does feel like vacation.
The sound of the city just washes away.
No matter where you live, there's a lakeside retreat within reach, fully stocked with flavor.
Oh, wow. Over the top.
Who knew nature could taste so fun?
Very rich and delicious. Super shrimmy. I need a moment. That was awesome.
Food Paradise is saving you a table by the lake.
This is what paradise tastes like.
As long as we're hitting lake on lakes, you know Minnesota's gonna be in the mix. We're rolling 20 minutes west of the Twin Cities to Wayzata and the purifying waters of Lake Minnetonka.
To be on Lake Minnetonka in the summer in Minnesota, it really cannot be beat.
It feels like vacation every time we're here.
It really does feel like vacation.
Since we're feeling vacation-y, let's indulge on the luxurious views and food at 6 Smith. The scenery's amazing, but what's the real buzz about? Just a little thing called Fat Pants Friday.
Oh my, look at that burger.
Every Friday we have a dish that's massive. It's $10 and it has to be over 3,000 calories. So it's really 2 days of calories. If you don't wear your fat pants, you ain't finishing it because your belt's gonna be too tight.
What's the guiding principle of a typical Fat Pants Friday dish?
It has to look disgusting, but it has to taste delicious.
Their latest waistband testing creation? An impressive spread called the Farmhouse. Chef Angel begins with the base of the beast, French toast. You know the drill. Eggs, milk, sugar, and hey, what's that?
Chinese fried spice, which cloves, fennel seeds, some Szechuan peppercorn, coriander, and what this would do is give it a nice kick without making it too spicy. We're gonna have some salt, crunchy salt, just to bring all those flavors out.
Thick slices of Texas toast get dipped.
Make sure you get that submerged a little bit, soak it up a little bit. You wanna get that nice crunch on the outside.
Grill them all. 4 slices equals 1 serving. Seems a little generous.
It has to have at least 3,000 calories. That's a requirement, that's the rule.
Hey, we're here to play by the rules. Padding out the calorie stats, Chef Angel's oh-so-special mac and cheese.
What makes my mac and cheese special is this. It's the beginning of it. Lots of butter.
First, he gets some cream, water, and garlic going in a pan. Then comes that butter and an epic flurry of cheese.
Slowly, you're gonna whisk it in. Who wants a shot? What's a shot of cheese sauce?
Set 'em up. Some curly cavatappi get added to that creamy sauce, and I'm starting to sense something.
We're getting close to put together our fat pans.
Nice. This farmhouse is also home to some sweet and savory bacon jam and a little something called stoner fries. What's up with those?
It's us trying to have fun, but it did harken back to my college days where I would have loved to have eaten something like that had I been imbibing.
Stoner fries are a totally trippin' combo of fresh cut fries, bacon jam, green onions, cheese, and cheese sauce. To expand our waistline, Chef Angel gets to the meat of the matter with 2 beef patties draped in cheese. Remember our French toast? Angel tops a slice with the mac and cheese.
Nice and cheesy like me. Beautiful. Don't worry about that spreading, that's actually part of the process. French toast on top. Out of beef patties with the American cheese. Put them right there. So add 2 in case you're sharing. Then we're gonna add bacon jam.
This is like several acres of food.
Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 guys to build it up.
Some gooey cheese sauce adds to the caloric chaos. Now what, Angel?
Doesn't look pretty, right? Doesn't have any edible flowers. That's not our focus here. Our focus is to build something that is rich, bizarre, but delicious. Just remember that.
In that case, might as well throw in a few chicken tenders along with the stoner fries. Then secure it with yet another French toast mac and cheese sandwich. Anything else?
When you saw Mama is happy, here's your vegetable. TGIF, get your fan pads on.
This looks like something that should be in Hollywood. That's where everything big is. I'm ready.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's go.
You got a little bit of meat. I got a little bit of chicken in there. Let's see how it tastes.
Bacon in there?
Wow. That's a big piece. It's really good. That is just superb. I'll be unloosening my belt tonight when I get home.
Fantastic.
The hamburger is so juicy. One of the best I've had in a long time. I got a little bit of the bacon and a little bit of the macaroni and cheese, and it was to die for.
Sounds good. If you had to pick one word to describe it, what would it be?
Intense.
Ostentatious.
Unbelievable.
It's so intense I have to use 3 words, over the top.
Exactly. The Loch Ness Monster has nothing on this beast. The farmhouse at 6 Smith on Lake Minnetonka.
Will I purify myself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka after eating Fat Pans Friday? I've done 1 backflip in my life. Tonight might be round 2 for my 2nd backflip attempt ever.
Bayous may be the water body type most associated with New Orleans, but the locals are equally under the spell of Lake Pontchartrain.
You're on a Lake Pontchartrain lakefront of New Orleans. This is a place the tourists don't get to go.
This big, beautiful puddle provides recreation and refreshment.
Brings back memories of good food and good times. You gotta realize this is like a tradition out here, too.
This is where I feel like stress goes away, fun is here to play. Like, I want to come here not only to eat, but also just to kick back, dream, and relax.
You can do all of that and then some at the Blue Crab.
A lot of people don't realize we have this gem. The whole idea of this restaurant was to bring back old school New Orleans.
The one true test of any New Orleans nascitorium, shrimp and grits.
This is real fresh New Orleans seafood, so this is a whole different world when you come out to the lakefront.
That hoodoo that he do commences with a hot butter sauce. That's Worcestershire, hot sauce, white wine, and Creole seasoning brought together by their mutual best friend, butter.
This is my take on barbecue sauce. Very spicy right now. Add the butter, it's gonna mellow it out.
Now for the crustaceanification, king-size style.
These are called 9-12 count. These are 9 to 12 per pound.
They're not skimping on the shrimp, which get dusted with secret house Creole seasoning.
Put the dry seasoning on my shrimp. We get them good and dredged. This is the house seasoning we make, similar to what we put in the butter mix. We're covering them with that love.
Which naturally involves the tender kiss of a hot pan.
We're gonna cook our shrimp down, add a little garlic and some chives. Now you can hear the sizzling. And a little bit more butter. Our shells are getting crispy. That's what we want.
Do you shrimp take these grits for richer or much richer? They do! And now for the final touch.
If you leave it too hot, the sauce will break. You don't want that. This is looking good.
Bring it all home with a biscuit.
Blue crab, shrimp, and grits, straight from the Gulf.
Now that is good. Now that is good.
That's delicious. You gotta lick your fingers.
It gives you that good Creole flavor.
The best shrimp in the world absolutely comes from Louisiana waters.
This is the most amazing shrimp and grits in New Orleans. Very rich and delicious.
Sauce is a little tangy, better together. Shrimp and grits better together.
That sauce made it amazing. Touched by angels. We're touched by some Cajun angels.
They don't just stick to tradition at the Blue Crab, they also go freestyle, like with their wild take on the wedge salad. It features a crazy little concoction called blue cheese ice cream.
Here at the Blue Crab, we've made something that's really good. It's blue cheese ice cream.
Tell me more.
Take our whipped cream, and our blue cheese crumbles, sour cream, and a little bit of our seasoning mix. Very unusual.
So unusual, some folks are a little hesitant at first.
They have no idea what it is until we explain that it's blue cheese ice cream. And then they still don't believe us, and after they taste it and understand it, they come back and get it again and again.
With the blue cheese ice cream taken care of, the salad is just gonna wedge right in here.
Okay, we're gonna take our iceberg lettuce. I'm gonna add my tomatoes. I'm gonna put our crumbles on it. I'm gonna put some of my blue cheese ice cream on it. And then we're gonna put the balsamic vinaigrette along with the bacon on it.
There you have it.
Blue crab wedge salad with blue cheese ice cream.
I never would have thought they would make blue cheese ice cream. Never.
I wasn't prepared for this. I was not prepared.
I never would have thunk it, but blue cheese ice cream is where it's at.
The blue cheese ice cream is like a smooth, creamy texture, and it's delicious.
It's like so much better than just blue cheese. It's blue cheese ice cream. It's like literally someone has spread over the best ice cream, butterlicious goodness on top of this salad, and it just made it like, it goes like, to whoop. Oh.
You know, lakeside dining doesn't get much more New Orleans than the Blue Crab. So hop on the Pacha train and choo-choo! This Seattle dockside delight isn't just shrimpy.
Super shrimpy.
Seattle natives are so used to rainy weather, they make the most of it whenever the clouds part.
When the sun is out in Seattle, everyone comes out, and you'll see people on paddleboards and kayaks.
And on the banks of Lake Union, folks can paddle right up to the legendary Ivers Salmon House, or, you know, pull up and tie off their seaplane.
Ivers is the place to come in Seattle for fresh seafood. It really is. The neat part about Ivers is that you can get from the boat to the table very quickly.
Ivers is at the northern tip of this mid-city lake with a great view of the Space Needle.
So close to downtown Seattle, but yet you've got gorgeous views, gorgeous scenery, right on the water.
The vibe of this place is fantastic.
In addition to the lakeside splendor outside, the view inside ain't bad either. The rustic interior is a handsome replica of a Pacific Northwestern longhouse.
We're complete cedar shingle throughout, full of original native artwork. And a year after it was built, it was put on the historic registry.
When you walk into a place called the Salmon House, you gotta wrap your lips around their Alder grilled king salmon. King of the kitchen at Ivers is James Somerville.
There's so many ingredients, it's like all the colors of the rainbow and being able to put them together in all the different ways, that really makes it my passion and my art.
Speaking of colors, this dish has a beurre rouge sauce, which my 7 years of high school French tells me means red butter.
This is a delicious sauce that has tart dried cherries put into it and copious amounts of butter. It's delicious.
A local Pinot Noir, aged balsamic, and those dried cherries get things going.
The tartness from the cherries, the sweetness, and it really does have that Northwest addition to the sauce.
Fresh shallots and a little S&P, and that simmers down, literally. He sieves the syrupy reduction into a new pan and slowly adds butter until the beurre rouge is, well, whatever the French word for perfect is. Let's turn our attention back to the star of the dish.
King salmon is very high on omega-3 fatty acids, really gives it a lot of flavor. It gives it that oil that's really good for the heart, for the hair, and for the smile.
This freshly line-caught fish just needs a touch of olive oil and salt and pepper before meeting their distinctive grill.
Something that sets us apart from the rest is that we do have a live fire alder grill. Alder wood imparts a mild, smoky flavor. It's not like the heavy woods like mesquite and hickory. It really works well with seafood.
Once the king has left the grilling, it gets plated up with some coconut-infused jasmine rice, sautéed squash medley, and some of that decadent sauce.
For the king of all fish dishes, Ivers, king salmon with beurre rouge sauce.
It's amazing. Looks just like when I prepare it.
So good. It's like the best salmon I've probably ever had. Really? Mm-hmm.
That was really good. It's a beautiful piece of salmon, number one. The sauce has a great umami component to it. Very savory, very soft on the palate, but has a lot of flavor behind it.
It actually tastes like it's home to me. This is where I grew up. It's a great salmon. So tender, and the balance of the sauces to the salt to the lemon to the veggies. So great. I love it.
The boat came undone. Look at that.
Stop it. Don't steal my food.
You don't have to filch anyone's favorite food from this next dish. There's plenty to go around in the Salmon House Seafood Medley. The cioppino base begins with butter and local sweet onions and fresh fennel.
The light licorice flavor from the fennel, the texture of it when it sautés down, it really adds a body and this light anise flavor that really matches well with the seafood that we add in later.
Stewed tomatoes and spices give the broth some zest.
And then the finishing touch that makes it unique is saffron. You can really smell the fennel and the garlic popping. Then the saffron hits your nose. It's just amazing.
Chicken broth fills out the flavors, and while that simmers, James throws some tiger prawns in his pan.
Then we have our local shellfish, which is clams and mussels from the shores of the Puget Sound. Delicious, probably the best in the world.
Salmon, Alaskan cod, rock shrimp, and bay scallops round out the seafood notes in this medley.
And then we're gonna add in the cioppino base. Nice scoop. Oh, just delicious smelling. And you can basically taste it through your nose. It's just unbelievable.
The border of the bowl gets some Salmon House signature cornbread pudding slices.
Our take on an Italian cioppino, Pacific Northwest style.
Nice, eh?
Yeah?
Wow, that's really good.
Oh,
That's
I'm
fantastic.
totally jumping in on this.
It was good, huh?
Oh my God. I think I should have ordered the seafood medley.
The way they prepare it with saffron and fresh vegetables just is wonderful.
The shrimp is really lemony, and it has a lot of flavor in it. It's very tender.
So it's super shrimpy?
Yeah, it's super shrimpy.
The flavor is just impeccable. This is probably the best seafood I've had in a long time, if not ever. This is something else, isn't it?
And not a bad view, eh?
Not a bad view at all. For a beautiful lakeside taste of history in Seattle, you can't do better than a stay at Ivar's Salmon House.
How come it never ever tastes like this when we prepare it at home?
In Chicago, eating next to Lake Michigan totally rules. And speaking of rules...
Make sure you wait a half an hour before you go swimming.
Okay, Mom. And the food and the views at Lake Tahoe will leave you speechless.
I can't talk because I gotta take another bite.
Chicago's not the type of place to brag about itself, but for lakeside dining, the land of Lake Michigan is superior.
When you live in Chicago, you live for the summer. If you work downtown, you're looking out your office window all day, every day, looking at the lake, hoping you can come here.
It's one of the things that makes Chicago summers fantastic.
It's always summer at Cafe Oliva, where owner Luke Oladecki has created a lake-centric Shangri-La for wary Chicagoans.
Unlike being on a city street here in Chicago, when you're here at this beach, you feel like you've stepped into somewhere else.
Right in the center of downtown. A lot of people not from Chicago don't even know that there's a beach here.
You have the beautiful skyline there. It's like your own personal private island.
I get comments all the time. When I come to your restaurant, I feel like I'm going on vacation.
The sound of the city just washes away.
Just put your toes in the sand and tuck into Cafe Oliva's Chicken and Waffles.
Our chicken and waffles, a play on heat. Lots of different things going on.
The tasty chicken thighs undergo a 3-day marination ritual. Day 1, harissa.
Harissa is a North African blend of spices. It varies as widely as curries vary. Harissa is at mild to late heat.
Day 2, buttermilk, thyme, parsley, chervil, and garlic join the fun. Then it's back into the cooler. Day 3, let's flavor some flour for our chillin' chicken with a secret spice array featuring this key ingredient.
Gumbo filet. It gives it that nice Cajun little heat. It's one of those flavors that you say, that's delicious, but I can't tell what it is.
Our marinated thighs try the dredge on for size, and it's a perfect fit.
You got nice pieces of herbs, parsley, chervil on there, a little bit of the pepper flakes and the harissa.
Fry, birdie, fry. Meanwhile, an egg gets fried that will top off our tasty treat.
Season the egg with salt, black pepper, chervil, and parsley, the same herbs that were in the marinade.
And for the final act, a side of jalapeno honey butter. Created with grilled jalapenos and, you guessed it, a bit of honey.
Some people like it, some people don't want the extra heat. That's why we put it on the side.
Let's build. Wonderfully warm waffle first, covered by our chicken egg combo. Go jump into this by a lake.
This is the best chicken and waffles in Chicago.
It's very full of flavor. It's very sweet, actually. It feels like just like Mom cooked them at home.
It's really tender, though, and soft, but still crispy on the outside. And it's like a bit of a maple syrup taste.
Jalapeno butter just gives that kick that makes the sandwich complete.
It's a huge piece of Amish chicken, beautifully cooked waffles, and a perfectly cooked egg. You can't beat it. The food is really good here.
The spice, the sweetness, the creaminess, it all comes together into one kind of unique meal. I could get used to this, for sure.
If you prefer your lake view with a barbecue twang, try the Erie Street Burger. The sauce features olive oil, diced onions, Worcestershire, soy, and a bit of science.
Reducing sauce is actually like a gastromolecular process. We're doing chemistry right now. Everything's being changed.
2 more dimensions to this flavor experiment: brown sugar and apple cider vinegar.
To finish off our sauce, I add my favorite ingredient, the mother sauce of the Midwest, ketchup. The distinct advantage of this thin sliced onion as opposed to one that's sliced a little bit thicker, the amount of spice, flour that we can grip onto this onion.
They get floured out and fried as 2 grass-fed beef patties hit the grill, followed by bacon and jalapeno cheddar.
One thing we do differently, we put our bacon before the cheese, lets the bacon fat melt into the beef.
Now stacking on bun 1, sauce, patties, and those tall, tall onions.
Put a little more of that barbecue sauce we worked so hard on top.
A scoop of house-made barbecue chips, and open wide for the Erie Street Burger.
Make sure you wait a half an hour before you go swimming.
Fantastic burger, double patty. It has a glaze on here that has a really kind of sweet base, but has a little bit of a salty center that kind of brings you back, makes you want more.
Bacon and the cheese and the crispy onions really work together to enhance the patty. It's great.
The meatiness of the burger really goes well with the crunch of the onions, and it just like brings everything together in a really great way.
I love the way they put the bacon underneath the cheese so you don't pull the bacon out when you eat the burger.
This is 5-star. I'm a hamburger connoisseur too. This is excellent.
For a 5-star Lakeside Taste Fest in Chi-Town, dock your skiff at Cafe Oliva, where Lake Michigan meets the Windy City.
We have the beautiful views of the water behind us. This is what paradise tastes like.
Cheers. Yeah, awesome.
High in the Sierra Nevadas, scenic Lake Tahoe, home to Homewood, California, is not only America's largest alpine lake, it's also one of the Earth's deepest and clearest.
You see the beauty? It's amazing. Tahoe is magic.
You have these clear blue waters, this expansive lake, and people are just enjoying themselves out here on the pier, on the deck, and having a good time enjoying the food.
The West Shore Cafe brings Tahoe's charm and majesty right to your table with rustic luxury. When it's warm out, you can dine right over the water, and when it's cold, you can snuggle up by the fire.
Here at the West Shore Cafe, we take that extra step from camping to fine dining. Campfire elegance.
When a comfy meat dish meets the magic of West Shore Cafe, get ready for a stampede to the Buffalo Meatloaf.
If you're gonna eat at the best lakefront view, you're gonna eat the best meatloaf in the world.
Like everything here, it begins with fresh local ingredients. So Ben rustles up some buffalo from a nearby farm.
I like to use buffalo because I love the flavor. This animal is lean, mean, and if it ever chases you, you'll know why.
To that lean, mean meat, he adds plenty of farm-fresh eggs. Then a tangy taste of Dijon mustard and a meatloaf must-have, tomato paste.
There's some magical element behind tomato paste that makes it taste like meatloaf.
After casting that ketchupy spell, he takes the nature trail to flavor country.
Up in the Sierras, we have fresh garlic and fresh shallots grown for most of the year, so we incorporate that as much as we possibly can.
Next, Ben pours in his potion made from Worcestershire, soy, and secrets. Then, breadcrumbs fashioned from
sourdough, focaccia, a little bit of everything. Buffalo does deserve a good breadcrumb.
After a generous sprinkle of fresh herbs, Chef demonstrates the benefits of therapeutic meat-sage.
You ever have a rough day and you're frustrated? Make some meatloaf, because you know why? You're gonna work it all out, folding it in, getting it all together.
Once his buffalo build is blended and Ben is all blissed out, he shares another morsel of kitchen wisdom.
A little bit of parchment paper goes a long way.
After lining the pan with parchment and patting down the meat, he gift wraps the loaf. And while the buffalo gets baked, Ben goes wild with the local mushrooms.
We pair the buffalo meatloaf with this mushroom sauce because the gaminess and the umami mixed together in your mouth tastes like Tahoe.
Which means they taste magical. Uncovering the loaf reveals a tender, meaty treasure. A substantial slab goes on creamy mashed potatoes, followed naturally by
beautiful, beautiful mushroom gravy. And I kind of like to just have it fall wherever. Buffalo meatloaf from the West Shore Cafe. It's not your mama's meatloaf.
That's really good. It tastes unbelievable.
It's so good.
This is really so tender, and it's just got an exquisite taste with it that's just amazing.
This turns comfort food into more of gourmet dining.
Tender meat, and it's so flavorful with the mushroom sauce on top.
There actually is a big difference between the beef and the buffalo. I'm pretty impressed. I wonder if there's buffalo out here.
West Shore Cafe mixes outdoorsy elegance with fine dining fun in their lobster corn dog.
I love corn dogs, I love lobster, and I wanted to put them together.
Ben skewers a couple of plump, scrumptious Maine lobster tails, dusts them in flour, and rolls them in a batter made out of
cornmeal, flour, soda water, baking soda, and a little bit of egg.
The cornmeal's blue hue might be hard to see, but it's a nod to the local love of Tahoe's crystal blue water.
There's a saying, keep Tahoe blue, so we try to keep everything blue up here.
The lobster takes a dip in Lake Canola, and then
everything tastes better on a stick. But here, we're gonna elevate it just a little bit more.
With a swoosh of cilantro aioli and a cob's worth of sweet corn salsa, we've got
lobster corn dog at the West Shore Cafe.
Lakeside lusciousness.
Oh, wow.
It's so good.
Oh my gosh. There's like 8 ounces of lobster right here. This is so delicious. I can't talk because I gotta take another bite because it's so good, sorry.
The combination of the sweet corn and then the briny lobster is perfect together.
That's the biggest piece of lobster I've ever seen.
The lobster is so fresh and delicious.
Do we
and there
get
is
to share?
a ton of it. No.
All mine.
Take it all in at the West Shore Cafe and be dazzled by the magic of Lake Tahoe. At this Arizona lake, guess how the pizza is at a place called The Point.
On point.
To beautiful Page, Arizona, the pride of Coconino County. So often you have to choose between great food or a great view. Here, you get both, and that's The Point.
Truly, lakefront dining at its best. Something nice being in a floating restaurant. You don't do that every day.
So true. The Point sits on the luckiest part of the Horseshoe Bend of lovely Lake Powell.
For the scenery, the water, it's just incredible. The high desert, there's nothing like it.
Chef Roland Chabesta appreciates the beautiful backdrop he has for his artistry.
We offer houseboat rentals, powerboat rentals, jet ski rentals. There is 2,000 miles of shoreline on this lake.
After a full day of showboating and reapplying sunscreen, refuel on The Point's barbecue chicken chipotle pizza. In the kitchen, Roland introduces us to an Italian friend of his.
This oven here, we have shipped in from Italy.
Sure, we have ovens here, but not like this.
It is a massive dome inside, which holds 5 pizzas. We have a thermometer here that we check and make sure we maintain 700 degrees all day long.
This baby can go from 0 to pizza in no time with the right fuel.
We light it in the morning with oak.
He keeps the fire burning with flavorful fruit woods.
Applewood and cherrywood. We take it and we just throw it in. We'll maintain this throughout the day to maintain the 700 degrees.
How about something to melt in that oven? You know, like 2 types of cheese?
I have a light smoked Gouda cheese, which we shred. We also have the mozzarella. This gives us our very unique flavor.
That 50-50 blend adds a nice richness.
And with the smokiness of our wood-fire pizza oven, you can't go wrong.
The dough is down, and Roland makes a lake of his own.
So we're gonna start with the barbecue sauce. We'll start right in the center.
He spreads the homemade sauce using a hybrid of a spoon and a ladle. You know, a spoodle.
And we'll spread it all the way around. This is the key component to this pizza.
Fresh cilantro brings more flavor. Where do you stand in the great cilantro debate?
Either you like cilantro or you don't, but once you have it on this pie, you're gonna really like it because all the ingredients blend. But we just wanna get it covered so when the cheese melts, it's not gonna expose the cilantro.
Next comes about a coop's worth of roast chicken.
Every bite you get, you're gonna get a piece of this chicken here.
A little red onion adds another sharp dimension.
But we want that red onion to caramelize with the heat of the oven to just bring that pizza together.
Yet more cheese, and the bake by the lake is on.
703 degrees. Okay, here we go, pizza. We'll see you in a few minutes. And here we go.
But first, one last level of buttery, herby flavor gets brushed on.
We're gonna cut this.
He may make his pie by the lake, but his slicing technique comes straight from Lakeshore Drive.
We do this Chicago style because I'm from Chicago. So we cut ours in squares. And this is how we do our barbecue chicken chipotle pizza on point.
I love a crust with a good chew to it. It's got a good bite. I love it.
That's really good. The cheese is really smoky and it complements the barbecue sauce.
You know, you can tell that all the ingredients are made fresh here. The caramelized onions, the barbecue sauce, the crust, the different kinds of cheeses.
Look at that gooey bite.
Why go for the corners when you can get the ooey gooey in the middle?
I love pizza, I love Italian food, but I love barbecue, so this is definitely hits the spot.
And it's just a nice mix-up from your original marinara pizza. Adding that barbecue really brings the Southwest flavor into it, so it's good.
That's real good. With the chicken and the barbecue sauce on a pizza, how can you go wrong?
So whether you're a shorebird from way back or a Johnny-come-lately, you'll always find something that floats your boat at the point.
The view is amazing. To have a cocktail here on the lake while you're eating pizza, there's nothing that can beat that.
Outside Atlanta, the greatness of lakeside barbecue speaks for itself. The hot dishes keep on sizzling northeast of Hotlanta, where they're living it up on Lake Lanier.
You come up here and you're in a different world. I mean, we get completely relaxed up on the lake.
You could check out the usual seafood fare, but locals know the most motored-to place on this lake is a barbecue bonanza named Pigtail.
With a lot of seafood options on Lake Lanier, we wanted to offer something different, and a Southern barbecue twist seemed like the perfect fit.
We get a lot of people coming in off their boats that are looking to continue the good time they've been having on the lake and have a great meal with a fantastic view.
No shoes, no shirt, no problem at this eatery.
The vibe at this restaurant is amazing. We've got a band playing in the back. We've got a view over here.
Pigtails pervades the barbecue basics, but Cheftail does things a little different with a dish that's more Liberty Bell than Lake Lanier. The Brisket Philly.
It's a nice twist on a traditional Philly cheesesteak sandwich. It's got a great Lake Lanier Southern flavor to it.
Cheftail ditches the ritual ribeye and slow smokes beefy brisket instead.
Once that smoker's going, you can smell it from anywhere about 3 miles around on the water. This is a perfect beef brisket. See the smoke ring on the outside? That's our pork candy seasoning that's bringing out that crisp flavor.
Tail takes a knife to that magnificent juicy meat.
And as we cut strips through here, we'll find nice, slightly pink color on the inside. That's smoking.
Red onions add extra crunch and color as they hit the chopping block with green peppers.
With fresh green peppers, there's still a little bit of seeds left, so that way it's got a little bit of flair and a little bit of kick to it.
The veggies crisp on the grill, then brisket brings even more flavor flair.
All right, and let all the juices cook together. It allows the smoky flavor of the brisket to mix with the vegetables. Looks great. A little piece of Philly with some Southern improvement.
Shredded smoked provolone provides pep, and a toasted banh mi bun brings an exotic twist.
Looks just about ready to bake. Now we're gonna load this sandwich.
The loaded bun gets all browned and beautiful.
The best brisket Philly of your life right here on Lake Lanier. And this is how we do cheesesteaks in the South.
The smokiness of the barbecue stands out. You can taste the char still on the slice. The onions and the peppers have a sweetness to them. This is really very excellent sandwich.
The provolone cheese, it's nice and melted and kind of crisp on top.
It's meaty, savory, smoky. The bread is soft on the inside, nice and crunchy on the outside. It's just a really good mix. It's really enjoyable.
I'm actually from Pennsylvania, so knowing that there's one down here that's hard to beat from Pennsylvania, definitely worth it.
Let's hear another lake food love story. This one's called the Pigtails Burger.
This burger has so much on it, it's difficult to eat. It's piled very high, and it's got everything that you could possibly want on a burger.
Like certified Angus beef that's been char grilled.
I like to get those perfect diamond lines.
A brioche bun gets browned in butter.
It helps soak in some flavor, and that crisp on the bun is going to allow the flavors from the rest of the ingredients to stay inside of that burger.
Check this deluxe amenity.
You may have bacon on the burger, but not pepper-encrusted bacon, which gives it a little bit of kick.
Our burger lands on the bacon, followed by the shredded smokiness of a Southern squealer.
Our smoked pork is piled high on top.
As is super slaw and fried onion straws.
This is our signature Pigtails Burger, the ultimate burger.
The pork is amazing. The burger is so juicy.
Not only is it ginormous and it'll fill you up, but there's just so many different flavors. The slaw is actually kind of sweet. It's like cold and like crunchy.
It's just a good hamburger by itself. Then they've added barbecue on top of it. So, I mean, it's like they got a 2 for 1. And then my favorite, of course, is bacon. I mean, I can just have a bacon burger by itself.
My burger was made by the burger gods. It's like a barbecue platter and a burger. The bun, they have it toasted with some type of butter, and it's like a sweet bun, but it's not overly sweet. It's honestly one of the best things I've ever had.
For fabulous food with a view, save the tail end of your trip for Pigtails.
It's easy, it's quick, but it's gonna leave you with a memory. It's definitely gonna make you feel satisfied for the rest of the day.
We'll hear all about what's good to eat by New York's Finger Lakes eventually.
I need a moment. That was awesome.
To Hammond's Port in upstate New York, where your toes can be tickled on the sandy banks of the Finger Lakes in wonderful wine country.
I just think this area is a really special spot. The people are awesome. The vistas are beautiful. I mean, you can't find a nicer looking piece of country.
Especially on Keuka Lake, which is kind of the ring finger lake.
This lake is probably the best eating lake in the Finger Lakes. They have the best restaurants, the best views. There's nothing like it.
Chef Michael Gaudio was so spellbound by the beauty that he pegged it as the perfect spot to bring back his Italian grandmother's savory suppers at Lakeside Restaurant and Tavern.
Food was a big part of our lives. Sunday dinners at my grandmother's house, watching them cook in the kitchen. Everything goes in a pot, no measurements, just really fresh and fun.
Chef Michael makes updated twists on many of his family's fabulous recipes, like his grandmother's meatballs marinara.
What's not to love about meatballs? Everybody loves a good meatball.
Michael mixes a trio of meats, pork, veal, and beef, then packs in the parsley, oregano, and wait a minute, we're missing the mandatory grated parm.
I use the fresh shave. I just like the freshness and the sharpness.
He also goes easy on the eggs.
We're gonna add 1 egg and something that's new, a little milk. Everybody uses a lot of eggs and makes it heavy. Milk makes it a little bit lighter and fluffy.
He finishes with chopped Italian bread before forming them into balls and browning them.
Everything smells good.
On to the marinara, which of course starts with garlic. Caramelized onions go in, then Chef Michael reimagines traditional marinara by leaving the skin on his tomatoes.
I just core them, throw them in. It adds more to it. It keeps it rustic.
He stirs the sauce.
Smell the roasted garlic and the onions coming through.
Before calling it a nice cab.
We're in wine country, and it adds a little bit of more robust flavor to it.
A few hours on the burner, and it's ready for the blender. Then a bounty of basil from Lakeside's garden bumps this sauce up to spectacular.
I think it's good. You can taste the roasted garlic, the fresh heirloom tomatoes, definitely the basil.
The robust sauce smothers the meaty meatballs. Then a pop of Parmesan brings them home.
Lakeside meatballs from my grandma's very own recipe.
What I really like about the meatballs is they can just stand alone. Like you could taste all the fresh herbs and everything in there, and it's actually really moist for meatballs. It's really delicious, and I'm trying to fight everyone off because I want to eat all of them myself.
The meatball is outstanding.
I'm Italian heritage. I cooked my own weird sauce yesterday, and I hate to say it, this rivals mine.
No, it's good. Homemade, a lot of spices in it. Delicious.
For our next dish, Chef Michael mingles his Italian roots with some southern sass, creating the crispy chicken gorgonzola.
It's not a classic Italian dish. It has flair from southern food, and it's everything you want in a fried chicken dish.
Shallots, garlic, and mushrooms sweated out in a saucepan.
Key is when you start to smell the garlic, you know it's ready. You don't want to brown it.
Chopped cherry tomatoes fresh from the garden go in, followed by Chef's homemade chicken stock.
Chicken stock releases everything from the bottom of the pan, and that adds all the flavor to it.
A little cream complements gooey gorgonzola.
It's strong, it's pungent, and it stands out to the fried chicken.
That chicken gets a double dose of dredge, made from flour, cornstarch, secret spice, and salt.
This whole dredge is traditional southern cooking. Flour, egg, back into the flour.
Chef pan fries the chicken, then finishes the sauce with fresh chopped spinach.
Chicken gorgonzola, Lakeside's own, a special Italian dish.
It's good.
I need a moment. That was awesome. It's so creamy and rich, the sauce, and then there's the
crispy, tangy tartness of the tomatoes, and the breading is nice and light and crispy. Very delicious.
The chicken's cooked perfectly. It's nice and moist, and the gorgonzola is like the perfect level, and it balances out nicely with the mushrooms and the peppers in there.
It's like a southern fried chicken, but very moist.
The bite of the gorgonzola balances great with the fried chicken. The tomatoes and basil come right out of their garden here, and it's fresh as can be.
Something about being next to the water, your senses are heightened. Not to mention, this is an awesome meal at a beautiful spot.
So just boat up to the back dock and soak in the sunlight at Lakeside Restaurant and Tavern.
Cheers, guys.
All right, cheers to the water.
Thousands of years ago, our ancestors settled near lakes because that's where good food was plentiful. Some things never change.